Enter the unique world of virtual gameplay with Nintendo Virtual Boy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of What the Famicom podcast. Today, we've got like one of the biggest, one of the best. Everyone should get super excited for an incredibly, amazingly mediocre episode about a mediocre product. Join me. I'm Nick Tendo with my host.
Always Dan Tendo.
I
kind of feel ashamed. Actually, I wish we weren't Tendo related because we're now related to this product made by Nintendo.
Ooh. What is that product? Everyone's buzzing about it lately.
And you probably clicked on the fucking episode, so you know from the title, we're talking about the Virtual Boy.
No, Virtual Boy. Oh my God. Most of you probably barely remember it. It was a blink.
I think it's, the way I thought about it is, we like to say like, hey, we're the gaming podcast for people that hate gaming podcasts. I feel like this thing was made is like a gaming console for people that hate gaming consoles, or made by people that hate gaming.
Yeah, I can see that. This is like a
posture, or like, good eyesight.
Yeah, enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Medical health warnings, hazards, people under the age of 7, like that. Like that's also for this podcast. Every 15 minutes, you should stop and rub your eyes.
We should warn children that when they're watching this episode, automatic pause. 15 to 20 minutes. Stop.
We're going to do it.
Yeah. So there was numerous reasons why I wanted to do it on this. First, we're releasing this episode on its birthday, on its 25th birthday.
Yo, dude. Happy birthday. Yo, 25. You can buy some cigarettes and some adult comic books.
I was waiting for you to say that, because every time we say a birthday or something, you're like, they can buy beer, or they can have sex or something. Don't you always say that?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't get political on this.
They can legally fuck. Is that what you want to say? The Virtual Boy can legally fuck?
Wow. Well, actually, I thought you want to do the episode because isn't that what the doctor said when you were born?
I can legally fuck.
No, it's a virtual boy. It's virtually a boy.
It's virtually a boy, and I've been virtually a boy ever since.
I think you both are incredible in that sense.
Yeah.
Monochromatic.
My mom married that. My mom married that doctor.
Wasn't that his name, Dr. Mario?
Yeah, it's Dr. Mario.
Full circle.
So we chose it because it's the 25th birthday. It came out on August 14th, 1995. And the second reason was because it was the first time we could review like a console or a system. We're usually just shit talking games, but we never made fun of a fucking, system before.
Sometimes a game will last a year of enjoyment and have add-ons for years and years. I mean, this one didn't even
last like 8 months.
Didn't even last 8 months. They call it the what the Famadan of sex.
So I mean, people keep emailing me, asking me like, hey, when are you guys going to review the specs for the PS5? Or, hey, talk about the Xbox One Series X. Or, hey, I put my dick in my Xbox. I think it's pregnant. Will you review that? And I'm like,
review what comes out.
Yeah, we listened finally, and we read all your emails. We read all the Patreon things, and we listened. So this is our episode for you. We're reviewing a console fans. Finally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
they wanted to hear this. They've been screaming for it.
Yeah, they've been screaming. So the Virtual Boy. Let's go back all the way to 95, right?
Okay.
It was only released in Japan, which is kind of funny. It was only released in Japan and North America.
How old were you? And not because I want to like dox your age, dude. I don't want everyone to know your fucking age. But like it's like context, because like we were like between like 8 and 12,
I was 10.
right?
I was 10 at that point.
Yeah, so
how do you dox someone's age? You can't. It doesn't matter if you dox their age.
Yeah, it does, dude. You start going around doxing people's age, like, yo, Kevin Costner secretly 68. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people wouldn't like that.
Oh, secretly 68.
Well, no 68? One knows. I don't know. I made it up.
Oh, it could be. Well, Kevin Costner actually has a connection to the Virtual Boy.
I'm well aware.
I'm sure that's why he said it.
He's on my mind. He's in my heart.
So the episode's getting released on its birthday.
Mhm.
We would have done it on the Japanese birthday, which was the end of July, but I recently found out that the date for the Japanese date is coincidentally what the safe code is to get into Pizzagate headquarters.
It's the
So we didn't
same
want to say
one.
that. Yeah, we didn't want to say
Dude, we don't
that.
want to give that away.
It's also the longitude latitude to go to prove that flat Earth exists. But we didn't want to say we don't like to get political, so we didn't want to.
We don't want to get too much on here.
So if you want to do that on your own time, go look at the date. That's fine. But we're here. This is North America, August 14th. You can look at
month first, month and then day. We don't do day and then month. We're not European here, folks. We're not fancy.
Do you have any memory of this fucking thing?
Not really. In fact, when I saw some of the commercials, I actually recognized them in retrospect, but it wasn't like I remembered
I see what you
them.
did there in retrospect. I see it.
Yeah, a little bit. No, but no, I like look at the commercials and stuff, and I kind of remember the commercials. I don't remember this system at all, and I know
Do you
why.
like just vaguely remember that it's just? I guess it's
thing.
spoiler alert. It's binoculars.
Everyone, it's binoculars.
It's binoculars.
It looks a little bit like E.T.
Or Johnny Five.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Oh shit! From Short Circuit.
It's really ugly, kind of.
Okay. Here's the thing. I only have like a mini memory. The only memory I have of this fucking thing is it had to have been the few months that it was actually out. I was in a Toys R Us. It was there on a stand. I put my face in it. It hurt my eyes, and I took it out. And immediately forgot about it.
Wow, and you just remembered right now.
And I just remember right now. But here's the thing. I have a better memory from 1995 that I think hopefully you might enjoy. But so I used to go to my grandfather's street for block parties, and it was the house my mom grew up in. So we used to go to block parties, barbecues, all that stuff. And where they lived, it was just a bunch of row homes. And their basements in the 90s, nobody really had a finished basement. You know, oh, you did. Now I
did.
Yeah, you did. I just forgot that. But anyway, like my grandfather had just like a shitty older basement. So it was just cluttered with bullshit. One time I went down there to get a drink, I think. And there was a toy that was like a monk. And there was a box next to it. And I looked it up because I remembered what it was. I just wanted to verify. But I looked it up. He was called the Merry Monk.
Okay.
And it doesn't say anything on the box. It's just a picture of the monk. And it's called the Merry Monk. And it's like he's excited or something like that. So I don't know if it was on the box that told me to do this. But I pushed his head down.
Yeah.
And when you push his head down, a giant boner comes out of his robe.
Yeah.
And I remember I did it a few times because I didn't understand what
was going on.
What was going on? And I was like, and I did it. I think I did it slow one time. But I was so weirded out. I'm like, holy shit, my grandfather's like fucking horny as shit for monks. Like,
he likes monk.
Yeah, monk porn.
Monk junk.
I'm pretty sure he had like a bunch of porns like taped on VHSs too.
Yeah, he probably did, man.
But that was like, I remember distinctly that happened in 95 because I remember like that was like the peak of like
95
these block parties. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I remember being at block parties. I don't actually recall the Merry Monk at all.
I'm pretty sure he used to bring out the Merry Monk in front of my mom and make her laugh. You know, she would
make her laugh. You know, like, oh, isn't this funny? No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny?
Yeah. I mean, I bet you that monk was a real gamer. That's why he got a boner.
He probably did. He probably was for the Virtual Boy. He knew it was coming out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And ironically enough, this system was like the first foray into virtual reality.
It's funny you say that. The crazy thing is 1995 apparently was like the mecca of virtual reality.
When did whatchamacall come out? Lawnmower Man.
I looked that up. That was like 92, 93.
All right. Well, that's still pushing towards it.
Here's the thing. Yeah. So in 95, you got the Virtual Boy. Also in 95. Do you remember the movie Virtuosity?
No.
It's Russell Crowe is like a serial killer, but he's in virtual reality, and Denzel's a real life cop. And
this isn't Lawnmower Man.
No, I mean it could be actually. It's a pretty much the same movie. But
Same
Russell Crowe comes out of VR and like becomes a killer. So that came out in 95. There was also another movie called Virtual Combat. Let me read the plot to this movie.
Go ahead. It sounds really familiar.
I'm pretty sure you don't follow.
No, it's really bad.
So low budget. Virtual Combat. Scientists bring virtual reality characters to life. 2 are women from the cyber sex game site.
Oh,
the third is a warrior who wants to unleash the rest of the bad guys from the virtual reality underworld. A border cop must defeat the virtual reality warrior from learning to relate to one of the cyber sex babes. That was an actual summary.
Well, that sounds like IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes. Are we talking 9 out of 10?
It's IMDb.
Oh,
but I think it was just written by some guy, so it's probably like
What kind of score are we talking here?
I didn't look up the score. I'm pretty sure it's real low though.
I would watch it. I think we should.
Another virtual reality thing
Mhm.
was a TV show called VR.5, where there's a girl who can go into VR in people's heads, and it was on Fox. That's all. Because first off, I use Bing. Yep, I fucking use Bing, not Google. So
we just lost all of our subscribers.
I lost Bing as a sponsor, and I lost all the sponsors.
You lost Bing because even they don't respect you using them.
I literally looked up 1995 virtual reality movie, and then these things came up. I should have looked up books too, because I know the reboot, the cartoon was virtual reality. VR Troopers, like there was for some like Lawnmower Man, like all this shit was in this area. So my grandfather is super horny for monks. 1995, super horny for virtual reality.
Yeah, 100%. That's literally, those are facts.
It's facts. Don't look it up. We're telling you.
We don't get political.
We don't want to get political, but we're telling you that these are facts. Yeah. If you want to go to our website,
marrymonk.gov/boner. when you push head down.
When you push head down, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not just all the time.
Going back to Mary Monk, when I looked up the Mary Monk and I looked at the picture, there was like tons of pictures of like eBay listings. And I was like kind of grossed out too, because I'm thinking, who's these fucking dudes are already owned it or selling it. Yeah.
Well, who's gross? Are they gross for selling it? Maybe they just want it out of their house and they want some money in return.
No, if they really want it out of their house,
they throw it out.
They would just throw it out.
Yo, can you throw out? What if it was worth like $300 a piece?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure up until they moved out of that house, they didn't touch that Mary Monk in my grandfather's basement. Like it stayed there.
Well, what if there was dust on just the whole body except the head,
and the dick was like always clean? Holy shit, Grandpa!
Oh shit.
So let's warp to 95. Let's get fucking 3D, dude. Tell me what is the Virtual Boy?
I didn't do any research for this episode, so I hate to let everyone down, but it's
this fucking
literally
disappointing anyway.
Yeah, it's already disappointing.
Yeah.
It was actually the first 32-bit system, I believe. And the only way they actually wanted it to just be glasses that you wore around your face and interacted with the 3D world. Like, that's a great idea, dude. That's like, whoa, that's what we want.
Back then, people probably came in their pants. The monk probably came.
I know I did. So they really wanted this thing to hit home. I'm trying to remember the name of the guys that it was a Harvard, Massachusetts. Do you have that number or the name?
What did they make? They made the tech?
Yeah, it was guys that made like an RISC central processing thing for a 32-bit guy, and what they did is they made it, and it would like shoot an image off of a mirror and back into their eye, and they did it with two of them, and they did it on welding mask. Like they literally made.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. The ones you would get in like shop class or something.
Yep. Yes, a welding mask, and they did this, and they thought it was so cool. So they were showing off the technology because they figured we're ahead of technology. Look, we're making VR, and they did it on it's monochromatic, so it uses one color LED that's super bright, and red is the best to give you the best definition. And they did it against a black background. I don't know all the technology for the background and all that, but the starkness between the black and the red made for like really intense graphics. Like it was really eye popping. Anyway, they had this great idea. And they talked to Nintendo. Did you get the name of the guy from Nintendo?
The guy that I do know, the guy that like produced or designed it or something. It was Gunpei.
I think that is him. He bought the rights to it.
Yeah, he was like he made the Game Boy.
Yeah, Gunpei Yokoi. Yeah.
He's a huge fan of the show, I heard.
A lot of his family writes in all the time. Usually death threats, but sometimes nice things.
Wow, that's fucked up what you just said, because he's actually dead. That was a trick. I was tricking you.
Yeah, no, his family writes in death threats.
Okay.
They want us to stop talking about him.
Okay.
They want us to stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, he at the time had worked at Nintendo for like 20 some years. And I think he was involved with the Game Boy Pocket, the color ones. Mm-hmm. And he did some of the other stuff. But like right before that, he like hadn't done anything in like 10 years. And if you don't do anything in Nintendo in 10 years, like you got to do something.
You're Nintendo gone, dude.
You're Nintendo. You're Nintendo.
You're Nintendo.
So he met with these guys and they were trying to sell their tech. They tried to sell it to like Toys R Us, like what's the big toy company, like Namco? No, not
Mattel.
Electronics. Mattel, thank you. And a couple of the
Okay.
other ones, Bandai and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
no one was buying it. They were like,
Of course
it's
not.
just,
It's fucking stupid.
it's just graphics. Thanks, dude, but it's just graphics.
Yeah.
So our boy Gunpie, he was like, he wanted to do something different. He was tired of like working through a TV screen. And he's literally quoted as saying this: I have my doubts as to Nintendo's future as it continues pursuing video games in the same way as before.
Damn.
Womp womp.
You fucking chumped them.
What should be done once again we engross the Famicom and Super Famicom players? Yo, what?
Yo,
If the
name drop.
TV screen medium has reached the limits of potential, isn't 3D the only option?
Damn.
So you know what he did, dude? He bought the rights to this new technology. It was to go into a goggles. It was 2 mirrors that would shoot off at like 350 some pixels in each, and then hit at mirrors and bounce in your eye.
That's why it's so thick. Okay.
Yeah, yes, and that's why it's called like an oscillating technology. So it's always shooting off of your eye. Yeah, it sounds dangerous. It probably is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like these, but I mean they're LEDs. I don't think they were going to hurt you, but it's crazy. So he had the idea. He was like, "Boom, we're doing it," and it sucked.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, you just said it sounded dangerous. They fucking installed. They knew it was dangerous. They installed this thing called the automatic pause function, where it warned you whenever you started a game, hey, do you want to start this automatic pause function? Because they encouraged you every 15 to 20 minutes or 15 to half an hour.
stop
that
playing.
Stop playing. It would hurt your eyes. Like,
Yo, stop playing. This
Warning.
is garbage.
any fucking product that says stop playing with me, you should probably, it's probably very harmful.
Yeah. The other one was they actually have a warning that's written on the instructions that says no one under 7 should probably play this game.
Yeah, because it's probably heavier than a 7-year-old.
Well, that's why they did the base the way they did. That stupid ET looking
Oh my god,
Nightcrawler Strider body that's on it.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, like look it up. It's like huge goggles that are red and ugly, and they're on this like stand, and they were attached to the stand. They couldn't be removed, I guess, without some kind of weird surgical thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they did this because they didn't want like you can surgery it. I guarantee if we
I don't know
Google
why. Like I
surgery
like to
remove
imagine a
the
virtual
stand.
boy like on a bed, and surgeons like doing
a bunch
surgery.
of people with the masks, like
Yeah.
cutting off the legs. We're gonna make this bad boy free again.
We're gonna set him free.
Yep. So, but legally they couldn't because kids were gonna carry it around. It was really heavy. That technology that had the mirrors and everything, it needed room in there. So, it was probably gonna kill a whole bunch of kids, regardless. So
I heard a
now
bunch of
it's
kids. I heard a bunch of kids did die from using it.
just from oh no, that's because they were reenacting Mario 'S tennis.
They were
Yeah.
they were reenacting. They were playing the Virtual Boy in tennis, like they were throwing it like a tennis ball.
No, they played the game and they were so enthralled and like turned on and like wanted to reenact it that they
Turned on.
These kids were turned on. They're electrically magnified, and they would run out in the streets and play tennis and get hit by cars.
Okay.
Didn't have to do with the technology. It was such a good game that convinced them to
The
run
way
in
you
traffic.
like map that out, I just imagine like a little boy, like he's playing Virtual Boy, getting so excited, grabbing a
he's
tennis
so
racket, and running out into the highway,
just dying. Yeah, dozens of kids killed because the game was too good.
Yeah, the
shame.
controller. What about the controller?
Oh, dude, it kind of looked like I'm trying to think of whose
It
controller
looked like
that
two
is.
fishing rods. It literally looked like two fishing rods.
Well, it's kind of like a PlayStation meets Nintendo hybrid.
Was it the first thing with like two?
Two directional pads?
Yeah.
Nah, because did the N60? Oh, the N64 came out.
Yeah,
a year
people
later.
they were working on the N64 while they put this piece of shit out.
Well, that's so why, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Um.
yeah, it had that little. So it was goggles sitting on a really stupid looking stand,
mhm.
and you would have to sit it on the table and then lean your dumbass face into it.
Oh yeah.
And,
If you're fucking buying this, you're
Oh
dumb
my
as shit.
God.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, you would lean your face into it and like look into it like it's like some kind of weird ass goggles, like / face prison where your neck is craned forward, and then you'd have to use a controller in your hands anyway, like a regular controller.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't regular. It had
And the
two
crazy thing
D-pads.
is,
Mhm.
the controller I read, that's where the game cartridge went into.
Uh-huh.
The game cartridge went in the controller. So you're basically powering the controller. It took like 800 batteries too.
It's 6. I looked this up.
We don't like to get political, but
Yeah, I know. You know, well, the media will tell you 6. It might be more
fake
than
news,
6.
batteries, 6.
Move on.
Moving on.
Several batteries.
Several batteries. But I do find it weird that you're basically powering the controller, which is like slightly powering the Virtual Boy because all the power is going to the controller.
I guess so. I looked up some of the specs on this bad boy because I know you like me to give you the deets, folks.
I actually
Everyone
didn't
likes
say
the
look up
deets.
anything.
Yeah, you did. You told me for an hour straight. You kept saying, "Can you look up the deets?" And I kept saying to you, "Can't you just say the word details?" And you were like, "No, I say deets. It's what I do for the episode. That's what you said." I'm telling everyone the truth.
Yeah, that's all right.
So, it's crazy because it had a frame rate. You want to guess what that is?
2.
I thought it was going to be low, but it's actually really high for the time it came out. It's 50 hertz. Oh, wait. It's more exact than that. It's 50.2 hertz. Oh, wait.
What are games now?
50...
Like, games now are like frames per second?
Yeah, kind of, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like most of them, like, you have to be at least 60 to be relevant. But, like...
To be relevant.
Well, no, I mean, back in the day, they were probably like 30 and stuff like that. Like, I think the Duke Nukem that was ported for the system it wasn't ready for was like 30, maybe even 28.
I mean, it wasn't ready for any system.
No, you're right. Anyway, get this. The frame rate for this system was 50.2734877773488 hertz.
Jesus, fuck. I didn't ask for any of that.
I didn't either. Why is that even in there?
Why
I have no clue why it's that exact.
It's probably only in hertz because it fucking hurts your head. And it
hurts your eyes, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
It reminds me of like, it's funny. It reminds me of a variation of what the Xbox Kinect did. Because both were trying to do
too much too soon.
Too much but too little. Like with this.
Well, too much too soon, and then didn't have anything to back it up, and we're like, here it is. Thanks, bye.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah. Have a good day. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. The Virtual Boy is the Xbox Kinect.
And it's crazy that it got this far with just the 2 colors. I think our boy Gumpy. Gumpy.
It was Gumby. Gumby. It was Gumby. It was the green Gumby.
He spent $10 million on the rights to this, right? Exclusive rights.
Buy it from this tech company?
Yeah.
Jesus.
$10 million. Well, I think this included building a team, a building. Like they actually bought a building where they were going to work on it and start doing stuff with it. A programming team, people to make designs.
It's just crazy that marketing. Even when they released it, it was half finished.
It was all red and black. Like there's no color.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, it's like, and
it's red not even in color.
It's not like cool red. It's like stop sign red.
Well, it's LED red. They had to do that.
I meant like stoplight. Yeah, stoplight red.
So, and I just read right there why they couldn't even use other colors. So green and blue LEDs existed, but for them to work comfortably, they work at like lower temperatures, so they're like dimmer, and they look dumb, like you do when I'm explaining all the details about all our systems. So
well, wait.
Literally, it would have been too dark. It would have been too dark to see.
You just kind of reminded me of that. Would this fucking thing heat up? You know how like even a Nintendo, heated up.
I don't think so, but I know it made a noise when you were watching it.
When you're watching it made a noise?
Yeah. So for the images to move, and it made it look like a background was moving different than the foreground. So like that's the whole 3D effect.
Yeah, it's cool. It's called parallax.
Yeah, parallax. Yes. Oh, dude, look at you, dude. I fucking just got a boner like the monk.
Yo, you're Merry Monk, dude.
I'm Merry Monk, and dude, you parallax, and I'm
Merry Monk reviewed the Virtual Boy. Got a fucking.
Someone's got to parallax this up. This mess.
Yeah.
So anyway, fuck, you messed me up. You said parallax, and I got all
it was so good though. Such a good joke.
It was good. Oh, the reason they couldn't is because I think the other colors were so cool it would not show up. Oh, the noise.
Oh, the noise,
yeah. So the mirror inside would have to constantly shift and move just a tiny bit. All these tiny little mirrors. So when you were listening, I think it would make a noise like.
Ew, really?
Yeah. And I don't know that it would heat up and be dangerous, but you could hear the thing.
That's not safe at all.
No,
like none of this is.
No, it sounds like half-cooked idea for VR.
Yeah. Everything we talk about on the show is half-cooked.
I agree.
So when you think about our memories, I barely remember. I just know it fucking sucked. You don't remember at all. You just remember vaguely seeing pictures. But
Commercials.
the advertising,
Yeah, go ahead.
Nintendo was all in. They spent $25 million on advertising.
20 million?
I think, yeah, 25 million. I'm pretty sure from what we said before, that's the same amount that Square spent on Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, that's
Like,
literally the amount
That's
that
fucking insane to me.
the Cloud spent in Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. He spent
20
on his
million.
Buster. Yeah.
Yeah, and his Buster Sword and his haircuts
Yeah.
and his ultimate weapon.
So it kind of makes sense when you think about all the shit that they did for this. So I looked up. So there was a bunch of commercials. There was two main commercials for this. I don't remember these at all, obviously, because nobody remembers the fucking Virtual Boy. But two of the commercials, their theme was like a Mad Max futuristic Terminator world. So the two commercials, one is the Virtual Boy, and he's like 10,000 feet tall. His legs were like 10,000 feet tall.
Oh, the Strider.
And he's chasing a human to like kill.
Well, does he grab them and pull them into the eye socket and like make them play? Sort of.
Yeah. So the narrator, it's showing this dude running away. It's showing the fucking Virtual Boy insanely scanning this person, being like, "It's coming to get you." And the narrator was like, "It came from the third dimension with its own brain, its own voice, its own legs. All it needed was your eyes."
That's hilarious.
And it wraps the cord around the human, pulls him in, makes him play.
And then it wraps the controller around his body, and then it ends up in his hands.
It's fucking terrifying. And then there's a second one that's pretty similar like that. The human's walking through like a deserted ship and seeing like the terrible black and white graphics. And he's like wondering what's going on. And out of nowhere, at the end of the hall, the Virtual Boy spins around and sees him and starts sucking him in.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's a fucking horror movie. And he sucks him into like the visor. There's another commercial. First of all, those two commercials they don't sell the game. They don't sell the system.
They don't really show you much.
They don't really show you. It's not
I feel
really
like commercials in the 90s didn't always have to do with the product. I will say that. It's like you could see a Sprite commercial that would be like, I don't know, like you could see boobs and butt everywhere, or you could see like anywhere from like way too graphically sexual stuff to like way too advanced violence where someone's shooting like firecrackers into the air and they're exploding and turning in colors, and then someone turns the audience and it's a guy with sunglasses and he has three women on his shoulder. He's like, yeah, and it's like, yo, I want the product. And it's for
whatever product you just described.
Lysol.
Okay, yeah.
It's for killing germs.
If they made the Virtual Boy like a cartoon, like cool spot, I would have fucking bought the Virtual Boy.
You were in? You didn't like the horror style?
No, I didn't like the horror. There was another commercial that was basically like a shitty PowerPoint, and it just showed you like it's a 3D system, like, and it showed you some of the games, and it was really terrible. But there was a fourth one. I really think that there was only literally 4 commercials made. There was a fourth one for the Wario. There was a Wario game.
Yes, I actually remember this one. And the Wario was creepy, man. He was good.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say, because it's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. So it's Wario in a cavern, but all you see, first you're not seeing cartoon Wario. You're seeing this huge human. So you're seeing a human version of Wario walking through this cave. You see a silhouette. So it's actually insanely creepy because it's a real life Wario. It
implies that there's actually a
Wario, that there's an actual
there.
person that size, and that there's an actual Wario.
So he's real.
Real
life.
But he's walking through like smoke, and there's snakes in the cavern. But there's 2 shots of like, I'll try to find it, maybe put it on Twitter or something. But there's 2 shots of him walking through smoke, and it's literally a silhouette of this huge human, and it's fucking Wario.
I do remember you can see his saliva too at some scene.
Yeah.
Like he's going, and you can see like stuff dripping from his teeth, and I'm like, oh my god.
Nobody can see this, but without using his fingers, Nick did like, the sexual. Yeah, he just did it.
Hey, you guys know what I'm doing.
I got him to do it. I'm gonna say.
I was doing the thumbs up.
Yeah. So I talked about the Wario thing really creeped me the fuck out, because I actually watched it a few times and I kept trying to pause it.
I think I remembered that. And get a screenshot of him?
Yeah, and get a screenshot of like the human version of Wario.
Say bring back human Wario?
Yeah.
Are you gonna have a protest?
It was probably, now that I think about it, it probably wasn't a person in a suit. It might have just been like a deformed human.
And that's where Wario came from?
Yeah.
So he's an outcast?
He had like Wario-itis, and he was born like all fucked up like the Elephant Man.
And a lot of people turn their backs on him, but Virtual Boy didn't? Is that what we're going with?
Virtual Boy supported him, if anything.
That's kind of brave.
So more of the promotion that they put in, they did like trade shows. They showed it at E3. They put it in magazines. It was in a lot of magazines. Who fucking cares? And then there was a big cover article in Nintendo Power, August '95. It was all about the Virtual Boy. So there was on the front, it says 20-page cover story. And I looked it up. The first 4 pages are all about the Virtual Boy. The next 16 are about the games. And they didn't have any games. So I don't know what, like half of the
They
games,
had 16 games. They could have done the whole
half
library.
of the games that they showcased in these 16 pages didn't even come out.
Oh, they were before they came out type deals.
Yeah, so
and
like
they
it
never
was
got released.
promoting these games, and some of them were like Mario Tennis, shit like that. But other ones games were shown that weren't released. And you have 16 pages to waste on this fucking stupid game library.
Yeah, but didn't we eat it up? I feel like.
I don't know.
I don't remember eating it up. This system, like, I don't think I bought into it and loved it.
Well, no. Well, they were banking on people eating it up. So first, I got to tell you, whoever wrote this article has some balls. The very first sentence was, "It's in your face. It's in your eyes. It's in your blood."
Hell yeah, dude. That's something I wish I wrote now. Oh, yeah. So good.
So they were they literally, this is so disgusting too. There was sweepstakes and contests. Like they were banking on this literally being the next Nintendo. I don't know if they plan on this being literally bigger. The next console or bigger.
I think they did. I think they thought, do you remember that article I just read from our boy Gumby?
Yeah, Gumby.
They literally thought that, I think because they already had mastery of the TV, they wanted mastery of something else. And they thought the consoles were going to go branch out away from TVs and screens, which wasn't a bad idea.
It wasn't a bad
bombed.
idea.
It bombed. Yeah, it did not.
Yeah.
We're still using screens today. Like what? Yeah. How many years later did we do our first like riff on that Oculus style? Get it?
Isn't that dead too?
For the most part, but I think people are bringing back other VR headsets.
So they were so confident in it, they did this huge deal with Blockbuster Video.
Oh yeah,
our boys. We actually are sponsored by Blockbuster.
B-Buster. They write into the show. A lot of them, they're asking for jobs. We keep saying
that was my grandpa's name, B-Buster.
B-Buster. Yeah, that's
because he always yelled it whenever he pushed down the Merry Monk.
He did yell it, and then he would have his Buster sword.
Oh my God! There you go, connection.
Yeah.
So they did a deal with Nintendo. Did a deal with Blockbuster, and they set up demos, tech demos and stuff in 3,000 stores, Blockbusters across the country, and you can rent this. They let you rent the system for $10.99. $9.99 and 2 games for 2 days or something.
I have no idea how long it was. I just remember seeing the promo being
so you can rent
crazy.
It. And
did you ever rent one?
God, this quote bothers me. The VP of marketing for Blockbuster, he had the balls to say, I guess it might have been a press release, but he was like, "This is the most successful partner program in the game area we've ever done. People are really excited about the Virtual Boy." He said that.
Well, people may have been excited before it came out.
Yeah, so
do you know what I mean?
Funny thing. So the numbers in this article are 40,000 people a day across the country are clamoring to test the system. I don't know where they came up with that number. They definitely
just kids walking by it in Toys R Us hurting their eyes.
Well, first off, sticking with Blockbuster, it backfired because people were able to rent the system, or people were able to finally try out the system in these boxes
and realize it sucked.
Realize that it fucking sucked. Yeah.
I guess if your product sucks, there's no getting around that.
So they did this Virtual Boy must-see 3D sweepstakes. Blockbuster, Nintendo, and NBC. Mm-hmm. First, they said that if you read Nintendo Power, you get a coupon for money off. But if you filled out this form, you could win a grand prize and a trip to Hollywood and get a guest spot as an audience member in a new NBC show. So that was one prize. Real? Well, here's the thing. Even under this thing, it says estimated value $5,000. There's no fucking way. Being an audience member is $5,000.
No, probably not.
First prize would get you a Virtual Boy in a game. And second prize would get you a Virtual Boy hat. So just a fucking hat.
So you're telling me, I guess none of them are very good.
Yeah, none of the prizes are worth it. But the funny thing is, on the same page I found this ad, I also found an ad for, I guess, a Taco Bell promo with Mario Kart.
Okay.
and on it was Mario Kart in the cart, and it basically says, maybe this is why he drives the cart so fast. I like to assume it's because he has
What
to
does
shit
that mean?
himself.
Because the taco. I thought it was because the tacos give him speed boost. I
I
guess
think
that
that's what
doesn't
they were
make
trying to
sense.
imply, but I looked at the picture and I'm like, hey, he's probably fucking.
He's got to poop. Yo,
Yeah,
Mario's got to
he's like
poop,
Tanner
dude.
from Driver. He's shitting himself all day.
Yo, that guy shit himself. I gotta tell you about him on another episode. You can click the link below.
Click the link below.
Click.
Yeah, the crazy thing is the Blockbuster thing failed because
Mhm.
by mid 1996, maybe early 96, they were already selling Virtual Boys for $50.
Well, we didn't tell anyone the price.
Oh shit. Yeah, we did.
180. 180 buckaroos. Which in
I skipped over
95.
that because
Because you don't know how to read.
yeah, I don't know how to read. But I actually converted it, and the price today
$350.
on its birthday is $304.40.
Oh, wait. Well, I'm not going to ask how you converted it. I actually don't want to know.
I fucking binged
No,
it, man.
I
binged it.
Yeah, you did.
I fucking
Bing
binged
did
it.
all right.
Yeah. There was also another giveaway from a magazine called Game Fan. I don't know who they are. And they told people that basically the contest was come up with your own Virtual Boy game idea, and we'll put it in. We'll pick a winner. And they literally specifically say, it says nothing maniacal or dirty. It literally says that in the thing. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. It's like, everyone just doesn't, they don't get any people to.
Did they forget about blowing yourself? Remember that Virtual Boy?
BY. Yeah, BY.
That Virtual Boy game, blowing yourself. That was really big.
I think, what did they say? It was the first one where 3D, you could see your own feet.
Yeah, so basically it was the first Virtual Boy game where they took out the lenses.
Okay.
They basically, it's just binoculars without lenses.
Yeah.
And you rotate your head
Mm-hmm.
down to your crotch area.
Yeah. Oh, I know that. We all know that game,
Yeah.
that old game.
You kind of just blow yourself.
But you get points for
you get
extras,
points.
add-ons.
It was the first thing with DLC.
Yeah. DLC.
But you couldn't
big time.
download it, so you had to fill out a form and send it to Nintendo and say, like, I want a hat for my
character.
character.
First game with DSL as well. But
Yeah, very first game.
it had a lot of first.
Actually, Donkey Kong had DSL.
A little bit. I mean, I don't know if that's the creator's intent. But
100%. You know, Gunpei had a hand in creating Donkey Kong.
did he?
Ew.
What?
Gunpei, everything he touched, he made sure they had like a lip area.
Yeah, sexy lips.
Ew.
Gunpei, maybe that was
Everything
his thing,
Gunpei
man.
did, it was like sexy.
That's so weird you say that. I think the Game Boy Pocket Color commercial was way too sexy for a Game Boy commercial.
What was in that commercial?
It was just like teenagers, but like it would have a green one, and he had a green bed and green shoes and like a green hair, and then it would like flash to a yellow guy, and he was like standing there with a yellow coat and like yellow roof over him and like holding it. But
I
like,
still don't find what's so sexy about this.
No, it was very sexual. Like if you watched it, you'd be like, wow, that's pretty sexy.
I was waiting for you to say like there was like a hot girl and she was
No,
but you said two guys.
Yeah, the third
then-
one was a girl. It was
Yeah.
like pink with a pink bubble like blowing
Yeah.
it on, but it was more like sexual.
They actually added
in a
on
way.
lips to the Game Boy Pocket too.
Did they? Physical ones?
Yes.
Do you have evidence?
That's crazy. Gumby is a sicko.
He's going to jail.
He's going
In
to
fact,
jail. I mean,
Get
he's dead.
this. Why is the thing shaped like E.T.?
Or Johnny Five. Yeah, it's weird. It's
Steven Spielberg,
Steven Spielberg.
Jeffrey
He's a gamer?
Epstein. Follow
Epstein
the
Island.
truth, dude.
Follow the truth. Hashtag follow
There's
the
a
truth. Follow the-
reason. There's a reason it's shaped this way, which you didn't even figure out about the virtual girl, did you?
No, tell me.
Oh, it was scrapped. They were trying to make a whole new system.
Oh, were they working on it when the Virtual Boy was out?
Yeah, it was right beforehand. They were going to do one for Virtual Boy, Virtual Girl. The
Okay.
Virtual Girl was like pickle shaped.
Pickle shaped. All right.
And it was like, well, it was the opposite. You didn't look into it. You could feel it and it would vibrate.
So the Virtual Girl, you plug it in,
Yeah,
you just turn it on, and it just vibrates.
sort of. It had sounds and stuff to make you feel like you were in the game, but it was more of a feeling type game than a visual game. So
How old do you have to be? Because remember the Virtual Boy, you had to be over
over 7. This you had to be over 18. No
Okay.
one really knew why, but I think it was innovative. I don't know why it got squashed.
I heard there's a prototype out there, right?
There was the pink pickle. They were
Yeah.
calling it. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Actually, Gumby's wife was the person who got the first prototype, and she never gave it back. The game, it could have been a big success.
Yeah, it could actually.
But they didn't.
It's weird.
All that work
Wow.
the scientists put into it, and they never got it back. She still has it
So
to this day.
Gumby's wife kind of tanked the Virtual Boy because she
Virtual
kept,
girl. Mhm.
Well, no,
Oh, you're
they
saying
could have
because
both been a success.
that would have been really cool.
And I
It would
heard,
have been
and I think
innovative.
you could have connected them with a HDMI.
It's not an HDMI. There's a couple other letters.
No, they were
Allowed
around.
to say
HDMIs
here.
were around back then, but you hooked
Yeah,
them
yeah,
up.
but that's not what the hookup was involved in. There was like a TPI and a
No, I'm pretty sure. It was
STI, I think.
no, it was just a HDMI, like a PlayStation.
Is that what it was? Oh shit.
I don't know. I didn't read the site.
So anyway, now all that changed and drastically, we could have seen a whole different outcome from all these things. But it's a shame that Gumby's wife kept the virtual girl.
Wow. Wow, what a bitch.
History would have been different. So,
History would have been
whatever.
different. He would have, not to sound disrespectful, he would have still been alive because, I'm
He would have still been alive.
gonna
You know,
say
he made the there was another handheld device he made.
he made the Game Boy, he made the Famicom controller, he helped make Donkey Kong, he made the Zapper.
No, he made something right before he died in '97.
No, don't tell me no. I have it on my notes. It literally says he made the Zapper.
Okay. I mean, I guess that was a light gun. LEDs, dude. Freaking loved LEDs.
He
Sure.
did actually.
Should have married an LED. Oh wait, he married
Oh, he
someone
did.
who
He
stole the
married-
virtual girl.
Yeah. Wow.
Weird.
So the games. Let's talk about the games.
No thanks. Hard pass.
Yeah. Let's just go to the end of the episode.
Did you know you made fun of the graphics? I actually think it was pretty good graphics for its time.
Well, they just took graphics that you could easily get on like already the Mega Drive or the Genesis or something.
But
'cause
they
used
made it like
well, parallax.
parallax.
It's just the
Oh, yeah.
background moving, so it's not really 3D. It's not virtual anything.
Nah, but it looked really cool. And I think the refresh rate was actually really fast.
Stop talking about
So-
refresh rates. All you talk about is Half-Life 3 and refresh rates. I don't fucking care.
Do you want me to talk about polygons?
Oh no, because I'm going to talk about polygons later. I'm
Are
gonna
you?
hold
Because
off on
I
it.
didn't know there were polygons in this.
No, that's the thing. There's not, and that's
Oh, dude, that's what upset me. I was like, man,
There's
they're all
some-
sprites. That
you're
make-
watching all these videos. You're like, there's something off about these games.
Where are what's the polygon count here?
Can you tell me? You're in the comment section of YouTube videos.
that are 8 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have a polygon count? I'm scratching my neck. You guys?
My
you guys know any
dad
polygons?
said to block you on YouTube. No, just answer me. Just answer me.
Just find out. Just find out real
Fucking
quick.
tell me, little bitch.
Just tell me about your polygon count.
Just tell me about your polygon count, boy. So there were a total of 22 games that were released, or that were I think finished. 19 were released in Japan only, or 19 were released in Japan and only 14 in North
Ugh.
America. They were all priced at $40. The main seller was Mario's Tennis because Mario came with the Virtual Boy, came bundled. The tennis game.
Oh yeah, but I mean
Yeah.
in America only, because
Yeah.
when it debuted, it only came with the friggin' 3D pinball one.
Oh, so that might have been the Japanese bundle. Okay.
Maybe. Either way, that sounds horrible.
So what also is horrible and it's fucking stupid that half of the library of these games were called Virtual Mario or Virtual Volleyball or Virtual Dick Suck. Like all this stuff. It's like the Nintendo 64. Remember the Nintendo? We talked about this. Nintendo 64.
Yeah, they just have the word 64 at the end of the game.
Word 64 on the box, like
Yeah.
on the cartridge on the game. Like, yeah, I'm playing a
Yeah.
64-bit version of this game. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
It's the system I'm playing
It's
for.
the game I'm playing plus the word 64.
Yeah. So I looked through the list. I was looking through this terrible list of games, and the one that caught my eye, and we have a soft spot for, was 1996's 3D Tetris.
Oh, thank God. How could you imagine not being able to play Tetris?
Oh,
In
I
a
thought you were going to say, can you
stereoscopic-
imagine us not talking about Tetris?
No, not playing a stereotropic. I don't even care what
I think it's
called anymore.
stereo. Yeah, whatever. Who cares anymore?
Who cares? I hate it.
Yeah. So for anyone that's unfamiliar, we love Tetris. Made an episode like a love letter.
Big fan. Maybe you guys should check it out. Link below. Click. Just click.
Yeah, just click everything. Weirdly, I don't remember even mentioning this on that episode at all.
Yeah, I don't think we came across this.
We
It was
literally
not-
went through every Tetris version. So, fun fact: this is the very last game released on the Virtual Boy.
This is the one that the nail in the
This
coffin.
is the one that killed the Virtual Boy. It was released on March
Wow.
22nd, 1996, and I think Nintendo already discontinued the Virtual Boy. Like at that point, like maybe like a month before, so they were just like, "Oh, we all got this left. That's it."
Do you know 3 months before that was like the E3? I think is it in December or January or something?
No, E3's in July. How are you stupid?
Well, that's weird because they said within a year that the next E3 came around after Virtual Boy was released. They didn't even debut any games or talk about it at all. Like it was before they canceled it. They were just like, "We're going to talk about N64."
No, I think they had to have canceled it by then.
All right, so
By the
maybe it
summer
was
of
the next
96,
July.
yeah, I was
All
thinking
right,
about
then
that.
it must have been the next July. Okay.
Because if anything, they probably tried to bury it. They had to have been like, it didn't exist.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
Nintendo 64.
Another funny thing is, like I said, every game had the word virtual in front of it.
Yeah.
And there was actually a different Tetris game released in Japan called V Tetris, which was virtual Tetris.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I don't know why Tetris is such, I don't know why the games we talk about are so fucking like
They keep
they're
coming around. Like they won't
Yeah.
die. They're like cockroaches.
They literally come back around. So the V is for virtual, but the weird thing is the one for Japan wasn't even like a 3D variation of Tetris. It was just Tetris. That's it. It was literally just Tetris, but you're looking at it through binoculars.
And it was red.
And it was red and black, and that's it.
All right, that's pretty.
It was just a normal Tetris game. And the North American one, that was a completely different game, we were going to talk about, was actually going to be released in Japan as a game called Polygo Block. But there's no polygons in it. So it's not, I don't know why it's Polygo for polygons. Low polygon count, no polygon count.
No polygon count.
Yeah.
It's getting a 0 from us.
it's no
I already
polygon
know
count.
this. Yeah.
Everything in these games, for the most part, if anything tried to do anything different on the Virtual Boy, it was what is it again?
Wider view.
Wireframed.
Oh, okay.
So wireframed is basically, as it sounds, it's basically just wires making the shapes. You just see right through them. And so this 3D Tetris, the last game ever that got released, it's all wireframed. There's different modes that are way too complicated for you to be sitting down hunched playing this fucking thing in these
Oh, yeah. Bend over with your neck. No, that
Yeah.
sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah. Remember in Tetris how you see the piece before it comes to kind of like warn you?
Preview.
In these, the pieces have like faces and hair and tits. And like,
Jesus
it's
Christ.
really weird. They make all the pieces like fuckable, at least to me.
Oh, jeez. Is that how you felt when you played it?
Yeah, I wanted to.
You became the merry monk, dude.
I became the merry monk.
Me too.
I'm pretty sure the girl ones were like the first girl gamers, and the guy ones were the first simps.
For Simps.
The
They were
music's really
simping to fit in the where they
the
belong.
music's really good though in the 3D Tetris one. The music is stupid in the regular Tetris. See, it doesn't even make sense. Like, why release two different versions of Tetris? Just release one and put it in the same spot.
I mean, you realize you wasted so much time on Tetris in our Tetris episode.
And we
You
didn't
decided
talk
to
about this
waste-
once.
No, but then you decided to waste more time on Tetris again for this episode. You love Tetris. I think you secretly want to. I think
I
you
secretly
secretly want
wanna-
to fuck the letters.
Yeah, I want to fuck
blocks.
up all of Tetris.
Yeah, you want those blocks.
I want to
dude.
clear the board, and I want to put my dick in that giant space.
Maybe it makes you feel like a real boy and not a virtual boy.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
think that's what it is.
So because it's the last game ever, it was just butchered by critics because everybody already gave up on
How
the
do you
Virtual Boy.
butcher it? Like it's Tetris again. It's just like what's different
Yeah, but this
about
was
it?
it was like a 3D. So the way it worked is because it wasn't originally a Tetris game, it was like it was as if you were looking into a Jenga tower. It was like a three-dimensional.
it was 3D.
It was 3D.
Oh, okay. I thought they just
were all
called it that.
wireframed.
Oh, okay.
And you had to you're looking down into that hole as opposed to just staring at it on a normal Tetris game.
Yeah, that's like you every Thursday night.
Explain.
Staring down in a hole. That's what I was going with. And then having to move.
I wanted to hear that.
Anyway. Just
So
let you.
Game Informer gave it a 6 out of 10. GamePro gave it 3 out of 5. Nintendo Power, of course, sucked its fucking dick. They gave it like 10 stars, I think.
Yeah, funny. Nintendo Power giving it all these stars and everything.
Yeah, of course Nintendo Power is going to give it like all these stars. They're like, oh, it's the best Tetris game ever.
Dick.
Yeah, suck its dick, Nintendo.
Yeah, what's crazy is, do you know why two reasons it failed so hard, and it just bugs me. Our boy Gumby, he
Mhm.
literally bought the thing. He won all these rights. He had these great ideas. Well, while they were doing production and all this, like they were like, "Hey Gumby, you're more important. We need you to work on the 64 and Mario and stuff like that." And he's like, "Okay," and he did it. So the
See ya.
dude who had the idea bought it and like was like, "Yeah, this is great." Didn't even really work on it in the final year of its production.
Mhm.
The other reason is everyone and their mother cared about the N64. Like the company did. They were like, yeah, this will be fine. It's like a gimmick, but it's gonna work. But it's also our future. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
And there, people are like, what? It's a gimmick, but it's also our
What'd you say?
future.
What'd you
Which
say
is
over
it?
there? Gimmick?
Yeah. Which is it? Is it real? Is it not? And people are like, you'll do fine, kid.
Yeah.
It got shredded.
It got shredded.
Do you want to tell people about the multiplayer cable?
I didn't look that up. I forgot there was one.
Do you not know this?
I think I vaguely knew that, but I didn't think it actually existed.
So no, this is insane. So when you bought this system in that tripod system,
Mhm.
there's 3 plugs on the outside. Like one was a power, one was a optional something for a disc or an extra peripheral thing. The third one was called a multi-link cable. Okay. It was
Okay.
called like a G-Link or something, I-Link. I forget what it was called. It was their way that you could hook your Virtual Boy up to another Virtual Boy, right?
Nobody knew somebody else with a Virtual Boy.
Worse. They never produced the cable, dude.
Wait.
Yeah, I swear to God. You can look this up.
Wait, they put this capability in the games and in the system. They just
And in the system. They made it in the physical. All the systems had this
they
little
just didn't
plug
make
that's
the
called a
cord to
multi.
actually make it work.
No one made the cord, dude. Isn't that the most fucked up thing ever? Because it
Wow.
failed so hard so fast. They thought they would catch up and make mass production, and they were like, "This isn't gonna work.
We just can't finish the cord.
cut it."
Holy
So that's
shit.
why those websites you were talking about
Mhm.
with the girls and their feet. Not those websites. A different website where people are trying to make emulators for this thing and like bring it back to life and make
Like
homebrew
homebrew
games, which
games
you want to
too.
get into.
Yeah.
There are people who they made their own cord based off of instructions and like blueprints from what they were
Oh shit!
originally
Yeah,
going to do.
you gotta fucking make up your own thing because
Yeah.
Nintendo didn't finish it. They were like,
Correct.
"Wait, what? We're gonna put a Z button on the N64."
That's insane to me that they made a peripheral thing, made it mandatory on every system, and then never made the cord.
It was
Wait.
the last
Here's
trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world a wire existed.
So some nerds have made the cable and you can multiplayer with each other, and the games actually work that way. It's also
Wow.
crazy. They made them 9-player round robin capable, at least Mario's Tennis. Why and how? Well, it turns out you could turn to the person to your left and challenge them, and they could turn to the person to their right and challenge them, and so on. And it was for when they would have these big world
So you would
tournaments.
have
A round table.
4 people, 4 losers with a Virtual Boy all facing each other.
Well, so no, it's like 8 or 9 people in a circle, like a literal round table.
They didn't sell 8 or 9 Virtual Boys.
I don't think they did, but the fact that they built that into the system means that's what they were thinking. That we're
That's
going to sell so
crazy.
many that we're going to be able to have tournaments where people get together and play 8-player, 9-player round robin. Whoever wins the tournament. They didn't even
make the thing that could make the
one-to-one
tournament
compatible.
happen.
They couldn't even make 2 people play each other, let alone 9 people play.
Holy shit, that's amazing!
Yeah.
Kudos to the people that made the wire up from scratch.
I guess, yeah. I mean, they did blueprints and all.
But also,
I don't know.
not kudos to them because if they're wasting their life, like I gotta play Mario's Tennis with my.
I gotta
phone.
play 1995 Mario's Tennis on the Virtual Boy the way it was meant to be played.
Yeah, with somebody else.
Yeah, with my other friend who has a Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, relax. So, do you want to talk about like those extra dudes who do that extra stuff and like homebrew games or what?
No, not really.
Yeah, me neither. It's like seems like a lot of work. They do like 32-bit
Well,
Flash.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of work to make something for a fucking not even like a system with a cult, like something like a Dreamcast that has
Anti-cult following.
Anti-cult following.
Yeah.
Like it's an anti-cult following. Nobody cares about the Virtual Boy. So the crazy thing is, when it was announced, they were in the process of making a shit ton of games, and they put half of them didn't even come out in that Nintendo Power article. But they had 33 unreleased games already in production, and they showed some of them in magazines and like at the E3 before the game came out. these games are actually hyped and put in magazines. Did you know there's a GoldenEye? The game GoldenEye.
All right.
Did you know there's a GoldenEye James Bond for Virtual Boy?
This is such a cool thing. So nobody talks about this guy. You're telling me Nintendo, big super corporation, super popular, super always on top, like the number one go-getter video game system for like 100 million years.
Even not a fact, but okay, yeah.
Well, they even did the gaming cards, and they used to do playing.
You said
cards.
100 million years, and I don't want to give people the wrong impression.
They invented the meteor that killed the dinosaurs.
I believe that.
Okay, thank you. Checks out. So this company is like, hey, here's a contract. You're going to make GoldenEye for our Virtual Boy. Dude's like this, bet I want 40 million or 4 million. He's not greedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's your dad, let's say. Your dad's like, yeah, I just got a contract from Nintendo. We're making GoldenEye. I got to get to work, kid. It's going to be late nights. 3 weeks later, he's like, yeah, they canceled. And you're like, oh my God, Dad, I'm so sorry. He's like, no, they paid the whole contract. I mean, they're just going to sweep it under the rug. You're like, so now what do you do, Dad? And your dad just lowers sunglasses and gets in his Lamborghini and he goes to the pool and he tells chicks that he designed GoldenEye for a Virtual Boy that's not even out anymore. And he could still be telling this story, going to pools in his same Lambo. He's not buying a new one. He's got one.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't need to buy a new one.
New sunglasses. But, like, he's still living it up. Like, this guy's still making money off this. His kid's going to a nice school and he's fucking lowering his shades and going like, oh, yeah, GoldenEye for the Virtual Boy.
Oh, yeah. You know the Virtual Boy girls?
And some girls like, I don't know what that is. And he's like, do you want to do some coke? And she's like, yeah.
I know what that is.
Yeah. And like, to me, that's insane that there's someone probably still getting paid for GoldenEye that was never released on a system that's dead
I
since
didn't
96.
even think that's actually a really good point.
I mean, right?
And the funny thing is, it wasn't even the GoldenEye that you would think. It was just a racing game.
It wasn't GoldenEye like James Bond?
No, it was.
Oh, it was a racing game?
It was a racing game. They couldn't make the fucking technology. Like the GoldenEye, the Virtual Boy was already a piece of shit anyway. They couldn't do the
That's a good point.
graphics. So it was basically, there were screenshots. You can find screenshots online of them showing it in like magazines and stuff. It was just a racing game.
Yo, that dad probably carries around those screenshots, dude.
Oh my God, that dad. Yeah, he probably had
he's
like a Polaroid of it.
Yo, he's like trying to show it to people. He's like, yo, what could have been this?
You see this? I took this picture on my Polaroid at E3 95. I wasn't even born then. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
I still gotta wave it around. It's a Polaroid. The sun messes it up. There's a shit ton of canceled games. There was a Mario game, a Power Rangers game. There was a game called Faceball that was basically like Doom,
Dodgeball,
without like Hitler or demons or something. Like it was like a Doom clone, but with faces.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
A little political.
It was too. We don't.
I don't want to talk.
But
about
I heard.
That kind of stuff.
I'm not going to tell from who, but I did dig. I did a little digging. Hitler had a hand in the Virtual Boy.
No, he didn't. Stop.
I mean, that's what I read. I don't really.
I don't think he did.
This is the last thing he did.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the legacy. What it sucks. That's the legacy. People buy it on eBay. People want to know, oh, let me get one of these Virtual Boys. Like it's worth so much money. No, it's just
worth more now, I guess.
It's worth more now, but why?
As a joke.
As a joke. Yeah, it's like you're paying for a joke. So we keep talking about how it failed. Take a guess how many things it sold. How many consoles it sold?
769,999.
Wait, did you just pull that out of your ass?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 700,000.
I read 770. That's why I said that number.
Asshole.
I said one less than 770. I thought you were gonna be like, no, you're off by one.
Yeah.
And you were gonna be a dick about it.
And I just stopped the recording.
Yeah, you were like, no, you're off.
No,
Sorry,
you're off
dude.
the show.
No,
I think it sold even less in Japan, where it was produced.
it was more popular in America than Japan. Way
and
more popular.
And that's the thing. It
forget
wasn't
why.
even popular here, but it was more popular here.
Yeah. Actually, the Blockbuster thing probably sold it more units, or at least got more exposure.
It definitely got more exposure.
Yeah.
So, for comparison's sake, the Super Nintendo sold 49 million. This is like, I'm thinking like up until today, 49 million, and the Super Nintendo 64 has sold 33 million. So people probably didn't buy the N64 because of the fucking Virtual Boy. Think about that.
So you're saying there was like a family who was like, hey, Johnny, you have to pick one. He was like, I definitely think the Virtual Boy is the future of gaming. And they were like, okay. And then he was like, damn it.
Yeah, it's just crazy because I think we talked about this. They were working on the N64 while this was like being hyped up and coming out, and trying to
But the
change the world.
N64 was the safe bet. Like it was like, hey, we're already commanders of the TV systems.
Yeah, like it was an actual console.
PlayStation. When
Yeah.
did PlayStation come out? The year before?
No, 95.
Yeah, the year before.
Yeah.
Not, before the N64. Sorry.
Yeah.
So like they knew that they had to go hard at PlayStation. That's all they really cared about. The Virtual Boy was some weird side project that Gumby picked up because he loves lips or whatever, and it was shaped like a big pair of red lips. So I don't know. Like it's like on one hand, like the refresh rate and some of the cool technology was never done before, and no one was advanced enough to do like a standalone system that was sort of like goggles. But on the other hand, like fuck, it kind of sucked. The games were all terrible. Like nothing was fleshed out. They spent some money on advertising, but nothing.
If anything, it was too fleshy.
Skin tone.
The skin tone.
Too skin tone.
Here's another crazy thing too. I mean, going back to people collecting it or people selling it on eBay. I went on eBay and I basically just clicked on the filter and I said, like, show me the most expensive. I searched on eBay and somebody actually owns one of the Virtual Boy kiosks that they used to have at Blockbuster. You want to guess how much that fucking thing is?
$103.
No.
Let me guess again. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not. God damn, I was gonna guess. $105.
Fuck you.
$106.
$9,999.
Jesus Christ.
This huge kiosk that was probably in like an E3 trade show or something. And I gotta assume it's from Blockbuster. There was also, I saw a copy of 3D Tetris on there for $1,400.
Damn.
Yeah, that's.
Can you imagine spending $1,400 on something that we did a bad episode on?
Can you imagine being a person asking for $1,400 for 3D Tetris?
That's a good point. Well, he got it, didn't he?
Yeah. That's
true.
Oh,
wait. Or is this for sale or sold?
For sale. Like he someone actually physically wrote, I want someone to pay me $1,400 for this fucking game.
I guess he's a scumbag a little bit.
He's a scumbag, yeah.
Notice it's always a he. I don't think a woman would try and sell Tetris 3D for that much.
No, she would because she would only own the virtual girl.
Yeah, exactly. And she's busy.
Yeah.
They never answer my calls anymore.
They never answer.
They're busy. Oh, what? Doing their hair again? Okay. It's probably on you. I'm an attractive man. Everyone likes me, but you have this virtual girl and you keep taking it away and spending time with it and screaming. And I don't even know what's going on anymore. And it's like, you're attracted to me, but you act like you're not, but really it's just you and the virtual girl, and you're buying it drinks and you're buying it accessories and you're buying it all this stuff and you're like treating it nice and you're having it sit at the dinner table and telling me I have to eat on the floor like a dog. But anyway,
you can buy the Virtual Boy on eBay. I saw a good price one, actually. I'm not going to lie. It was the Virtual Boy. I mean, it's not good price. It should be way cheaper, but I saw a Virtual Boy with Mario Tennis for $430.
That's amazing, dude. I'm glad you brought that to the podcast. Like, it really makes me feel good that you told me that.
It makes me feel good saying it.
I was joking because now I've decided I hate the Virtual Boy. Let's give hold on. Before I say that, do you want to grade the Virtual Boy?
Yeah. So
okay.
For look,
okay,
A+. I love the look. I love the binoculars look. For games, for the canceled games, B-. For the games that were released, D. For the parallax effect, that's a tough one, but a B.
Okay.
I guess my final grade for the Virtual Boy, my 2020 grade, the grade I'm giving it for its 25th anniversary is a F+.
That's fair. You know what? That's actually better than I thought you were going to give it. So let's see. Nintendo polygon count. Zero
polygon count.
Yeah. Gumby sexualizing children's material. That's going to be an F for me because it's like kind of gross.
Yeah, I don't really like it either.
I can see that.
Can I give that an A? F. I meant F.
Let's see. Multiplayer optionality. F. Didn't really even happen.
Mm-hmm.
Ability to put your wife's virtual girl on top of the virtual boy. No, it doesn't fit. I've tried. I actually
Nope.
tried to stack it. The virtual girl is way heavier than people think. It takes 14 AAA batteries. So
F.
F. Lastly, graphics, which kind of falls under polygon count, but I'm going to give it a little credit for the graphics and the oscillation and the hertz refresh rate. So we're going to give it a C minus.
Is that the final grade?
Yeah. No. That's for the graphics.
Oh, okay.
So overall, I think I'm going to give it a big fat B minus. Way to go.
A B minus? Nice.
Yeah, B minus. So
B
I think
for boy?
B for virtual boy.
A virtual B minus. Nice.
Yeah, virtual B minus. So not terrible.
All right. Well, it enjoyed a second life because weirdly it showed up. It had like Easter eggs in 2 games. So
Ooh.
I randomly came across this one. I was watching a video of.
Can I do an impression of you?
But
I randomly came across this one. Like, no, you were researching the episode. It wasn't that random.
No, it actually was because yes, this really was random.
This is
because I've been watching The Simpsons a lot. So I also found a YouTube video of Simpsons video games.
Yeah.
And while I was watching a video of Simpsons video games, there was a virtual boy Easter egg in it.
Are you serious?
So, yeah. So there, came out in 2007. It was called The Simpsons game. I think it came out in the same time in the movie. But in it, there's a scene of Bart going to like a fake GameStop. And when he's talking to the guy, there's a poster for a virtual boy. And it says, "Have you seen me?"
Oh, and no one's seen it.
And no one's seen it. And then
it's missing,
also,
and it's a visual thing.
Also, on the wall of that same fake GameStop is a poster for Bone Storm, our favorite Simpsons game.
I was going to ask about Bone Storm, and I figured, don't. You got mad at me.
So that's kind of cool because it actually clicked with 2 things we are talking about or we're going to talk about. And the second thing is, I guess this is Virtual Boy's curtain call because the final thing it just showed up in Luigi's Mansion 3.
Did it?
And that just came out, right?
Yeah, it just came out like a year ago.
So apparently in all the games, there's a professor and he has to talk to Luigi somehow. So he keeps giving him these items. And in Luigi's Mansion 3, he's like, "Hey, you need to take this to talk to me." And it's called the Virtual Boo, but it's basically a virtual boy. And he's like, you have to put your face in there to talk to me. And when you put this thing on, it's black and red. The whole menu's black and red.
Shit. That's actually pretty good. That's actually very
bravo
clever.
to Nintendo for knowing the Virtual Boy is a fucking joke and they can make fun of it.
Nintendo has been said to have taken it in stride at this point.
Nintendo does what the Virtual Boy don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps that Gumby's dead. That's what Nintendo said when I reached out to them.
That's what they wanted.
About this.
I heard they wanted that.
Yeah, there was a note that said it wasn't truly the serum I thought it was, and they're saying he was poisoned. I don't know what any of that means. Also, what's weird is the security footage for Gumby's like house that night mysteriously disappeared.
But you saw it?
Well, no, it was replaced with red and black footage.
Okay, you couldn't see what happened.
Yeah, you can see. Actually, you can see everything, and nothing happens.
It's just
weird. It's red and black.
It's just his house, and it's wire framed, and it's just red and black effects.
Mysterious.
Yeah.
So,
interesting.
so if anyone else wants to chime in with memories, I don't know.
So to end things, happy 25th birthday to the Virtual Boy, right?
Yeah, old enough to buy a virtual girl at this point.
I'm so glad I played with a monk with a boner as opposed to buying a Virtual Boy in '95.
I'm so glad you played with that thing for what you said, hours at a time when you were a teenager.
Hours at a time. I said I kept my hand down, like I didn't let him put his boner down. So we're also celebrating their 25th, not our birthday, but it's our 25th episode, and this is our 1 year. I guess by the time this airs, this is our 1 year podcasting anniversary. This podcast has been around for a year. We had our first episode July 20.
That's July. Okay.
Yeah, it was like the end of July. I don't know why I can't remember the exact date. I think it was July 28th, not 2019. But ever since, we've been doing it. What are the odds? I said this before on the podcast, I think, but I definitely didn't see myself making at least 25 episodes. I think I was trying to think of ideas over time, and I think I was just running out of ideas. And I feel like the one that rejuvenated me was the Duke Nukem one.
It is one that,
because the Duke Nukem one was the first time we did intros. The Duke Nukem one was the first time we did like interludes, like musical, like breaks. Yeah. I think we did a fake commercial too for our.
Sounds like what we would do.
Yeah, but that was the first time we did all the stuff that we do now, and I think that rejuvenated me wanting to do the podcast because I think I literally wanted to stop. somehow and just be like, I don't really want to do this. Like, it's kind of taking up too much work.
It's funny because I honestly hate video games. I hate this podcast. I hate you. But when we do it, it's a lot of fun. And I freaking remember stuff that I haven't remembered in like so long.
Isn't it the crazy thing when you're finally talking about these games?
Yeah. Like
You know?
even that commercial, the Wario commercial, or some of these commercials we talk about, or something about a system that like, oh, they had a promo where Bill Clinton was their mascot. And I'm always like, what? Oh, shit.
Well,
and like
even that Virtual Boy memory I had, it literally was in the back of my brain. And then when I decided we were going to do this episode, I'm like, oh, yeah, I put my face in it one time.
I guess that's weird because that was your nickname in high school too.
I put my face in it.
Yeah. But it's just weird that all these things, I do hate them. I do hate video games, do hate podcasts. But when it comes back to it, I kind of love talking about them and having a good time and remembering that shit.
Yeah,
and
we should be thanking Duke Nukem for. We shouldn't be thanking the fans or anyone that listens, but we should thank.
No. Duke Nukem and GamePro.
Yes.
Not
Stinktastic, they would call us.
Nintendo. Not Nintendo Power. I'm not a big fan.
Yes, so we've been around for a year. People listen to us. So if anyone wants to join us and talk to us, we also have a Discord. So the Discord.
Yeah, we do. Oh, dude, you're plugging the Discord.
You can go to our Twitter or Instagram. You can find our Discord link. I post it all the time. But you can come in. We have memes. We post our episodes. You can write. You can literally say whatever the fuck you want. I'm not. Just don't post like mother brain porn. I mean, you can, but it just has to be really realistic.
Tasteful.
No, realistic.
Oh, I was going with tasteful. As long as it's like artistic.
No, I want it nasty.
Okay, so
but I want it like realistic and nasty. Like I want the glass with the brain in the jar on like a naked.
Yeah. You want some? You're gonna, dude. Rule 42, dude. We're gonna get some real mother brain porn in there.
Perfect. Also, we sell merch. I have a merch shop, so you can go to streamlabs.com/whatthefamicom/merch.
Yeah, I'm clicking. Yeah, I'll write it down.
Yeah, shirts, hats. I used to have other bullshit. I used to have socks on there, and I'm like, nobody's gonna fucking buy the socks.
We should sell condoms. We should sell condoms and see if any of our users fuck.
Yes, that's a good point. If I don't sell any, I'm like, y'all virgins.
Yeah, we got them. Got him.
And we also post. I write game articles, so you can also check out random game articles. Go to whatthefamicom.kinja. I don't know why it's called Kinja, but KINJA.com. You don't want to contribute anything to any of these things I said.
Correct. Yeah, correct. So far. Correct.
You doesn't even know our merch store actually has a shirt with Bowser's head on your dad's shirtless body.
Does it?
Yeah. It's actually
How'd you find
on
my
the
dad?
front in like graffiti under him. It says Wowzer.
Well, you got
so
it.
that's our 25th episode. Happy birthday. We buried the Virtual Boy. I want to bury the Virtual Boy because I don't want anyone who likes the Virtual Boy to listen to this episode and be like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, people found ways to flash it and modify it and play with all the code that was in there.
No, just let it fucking die. Just let it go.
And honestly, like, kudos to you for wasting your time. But
yeah, kudos to you for being a loser.
The rest of us got busy stuff to do, like make podcasts and listen to podcasts.
Yeah. And I don't want to, after this episode airs, if I see anyone make a Virtual Boy episode ever, you're fucking getting sued, dude.
Yeah, let's sue them till they're dead.
Yeah, we're going to see you do your gum pie. Oh, that was kind of dark, actually.
It was dark. Well, thanks for joining us.
So thanks for tuning in, virtual boys and girls. Don't forget to pause the podcast every 15 minutes. And Nick,
you'll go blind.
Yeah, you'll go blind if you don't pause this podcast. And Nick, what do we say?
I mean, honestly, if you're talking about my life and the way I feel about my life and everything else, game over, man.